Hey, welcome back to the vlog. So I want to talk about some issues that I've had vlogging again. So I got my first copyright claim on a video from Cars and Coffee in Brooklyn. The algorithm robots picked up some background music, and I'm starting to notice that a lot of these car events, the Cars and Coffee events, and even in some of the dealerships, they have background music, and it looks like that's going to be an issue. So what am I going to do about it? I mean, I have a few options. I can just leave the audio in and then have the YouTube and the Creator Studio review it and check it, and then I can apply for fair use, which I have just applied for fair use with the video that was just flagged, I guess you would call it. It's not actually a strike; it's just a claim. So, and my channel isn't monetized yet, so it looks like it's not a big deal. But I want to stay on top of this. It's something that could be an issue in the future. So, what can I do? What would you guys do? Comment below. What would you do? Or if you've dealt with this before, how should I move forward? What I want to do, what I'm going to do is just take out the audio. When I run into these issues with background music, I'll just take out the audio and do voiceovers or add music. I'm leaning towards voiceovers because background music you have to pay for. In the future, maybe. Okay, yeah, in the future I can see having some background music, but the voiceovers is more fun if I'm going to be talking about cars and stuff. Well, I mean, I can do both actually, obviously. I can have some parts of the video where I add the music and then some parts where I do a voiceover. But, excuse me, my allergies are acting up again all of a sudden, right when I start talking. Right when I turn the camera on. But I got another car show this Sunday. I'm still in Maryland, still at my parents' house. And got another Cars and Coffee. It's in California. I don't think I had background music issues at the last Cars and Coffee down there. And I haven't uploaded that video yet. So maybe there is some in there. But I'm going to have to teach myself how to edit out the audio and add in the voiceover, which doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult. So there's that. Then I've had some gimbal issues, but I think I'm gonna do a video later today or tomorrow with my gimbal. I've got the Crane M2, I think it's called. Yeah, this is it here. Let's see. Yeah, the Crane M2. And it's great, I like it, but it's kind of hard to balance with the wide angle lens. So what I've been doing is I took the wide angle lens off when I use it, and it's easier to balance. Anyway, so I'm going to get a gimbal video of my 350Z, an update video with that, and I'll take the gimbal to Cars and Coffee, and we'll see how it turns out. I may have to do a lot of voiceovers in the future, like when I go to the Savage Garage Rally. If they have music playing, I'm going to have to do a voiceover. I had to do a voiceover I'm going to have to do a voiceover for the JDM Legends because they had a DJ and the music. And look, to be honest, I don't like it. I cannot stand the freaking music at these shows. Cheesy music. I want to hear the cars. I'd much rather just hear the cars coming in and out than hearing the music. And then anybody there that's creating stuff for YouTube, they're going to get, they don't want the music either. So it'd be a lot better if we didn't have it, but is what it is. And it's one of those things you can't just be a douche and say, hey, turn off the music, or even walking into a dealership. I mean, I guess I could ask. What do you guys think? Should I ask in a car dealership if they could turn the music off, or or am I going to be coming off like a douchebag? Because I'd rather just do the voiceover. I'd rather just take it out, talk to the camera in areas where there isn't music, and then do a voiceover later rather than deal with asking to turn the music off. Or if I go to a museum, like I'm going to a museum in Philly, and there's another museum in Newport, Rhode Island that I want to go to, and I'm guessing they're going to have the background music. So, but I like voiceovers. What do you guys think of the voiceover? Like fun voiceover that's really casual. You see a lot of these automotive channels where the host acts like a robot, and that can be kind of boring, and they're explaining everything like an automotive host from like Motor Week in the 1980s and 90s, which was cool, but it's dated in that way, and I don't want to. I don't think that's for me. Anyway, here I am, as usual. One of my weaknesses, I'm overanalyzing everything. I just got to shoot stuff and make stuff and go from there. That's the plan. So lots of things come up, It looks like it's easy, right? Just shoot videos, post them to YouTube, post them to TikTok, post them to Instagram Reels, snap a few photos, and then boom, But it's not really that easy. There are different formats on each platform that you need to follow. There are different rules on each platform that you need to follow. Right now, I'm mainly YouTube. I like the YouTube Shorts. It's great. You can just add music to those, and then you don't have to deal with any issues for the Shorts. Same with TikTok. I like TikTok so far, although I've had some videos that have done exceptionally well, 2 or 3 that have gotten several thousand or even into the hundreds of thousands of views. And then other videos which are probably just as good that get 150 views, 200 views. I don't know. I don't know where the logic is with the algorithm, and I'm just going to keep making stuff and not worry about it. And I'm on Instagram too. I probably will shoot some stuff for Instagram TV, IGTV eventually on my smartphone. I'll just do that on my smartphone, or shoot horizontal with the Sony ZV-1 that I'm talking to now. Yeah, so that's it really. Like copyright issues, very minor issues so far. It's nice to be growing. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'm doing these videos in between where I talk to the camera because I want you guys to see what it's like for me from the ground up. Somebody that doesn't have a huge budget. I make a good living, but I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. Do well, but I'm definitely not wealthy, and I'm not going to just spend a ton of money either if it's not necessary. I'd rather be reasonable with everything along the way, because the worst thing you can do is blow a bunch of money. I mean, I did buy a new Mac. I've got a good camera. I bought a gimbal. I'm going to need a new iPhone. I'm going to get the new iPhone when that comes out. But a lot of that is just that stuff I would probably need anyway, aside from the camera. But what am I getting at here? I don't want to spend a bunch of money on stuff and then not use it and not follow through. And there's something special, especially with filmmaking, when you have a very low budget or a limited budget and you can do things exceptionally well and make things interesting and entertaining with very little money. And that's an art in itself. It's very popular with independent filmmaking. And it applies to YouTube as well. Right? It applies to any type of content you create. And you see these guys and girls that have tons of money. Maybe they blow all this money, blow 10, 20 grand on camera equipment to get started, hire professional editors, don't bother to learn how to do anything themselves, as to where, I'm doing everything. I'm shooting everything. I'm doing the research. I'm planning my schedule. I'm doing the editing. I'm learning on the fly as I go with a lot of this stuff. And that's why I'm doing these videos in between here, so you guys can see what it's like for someone. And I want to be very transparent and talk about problems and fight perfectionism. Perfectionism has always been something that I've had to deal with, that it's helped me in a lot of ways and it's hurt me in a lot of ways. I talked about this in the other video, but I think by putting my content out there, by shooting stuff, and if I leave the stabilization off, putting it up anyway, or like when I talk to the camera here, and if I mess up or say something incorrectly or I stumble or stammer, I'm going to leave that in too, because you can drive yourself crazy with perfectionism. And then being perfect can be boring too. You know, sometimes the flaws are what can be entertaining. Sometimes the flaws are entertaining. So that's it for today, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I appreciate it. I know a lot of you are probably coming from YouTube Shorts, and I'm going to continue to make those short videos. My goal with those is to just bang out a lot of simple videos. I mean, I want to get into the thousands eventually of just random cars that I see that I like with car shows or at dealerships, or whether it's on the street somewhere, and just put those out there. Put a little music over them. Maybe I'll do some with voiceovers because that's fun, and I like to keep track of cars that I see and I have seen over the years, and it's a lot of fun. So stay tuned for more, guys. Upcoming, I've got another video. I'm going to do a gimbal shoot with my car, my 350Z. I'm going to do where I talk about the features and everything about the car. You know, we'll go into detail a little bit, my plans for the future. Then I've got a car show coming up Sunday, which is another Cars and Coffee. Then in a few weeks I've got the Savage Garage Rally. And there are a few other car shows, some concours in New York that I'm going to look into going to, smaller events, and then the Greenwich concours in October. And I'm hoping by October, it's very early September now, I'm hoping by October 24th that my skills are up to par and I can really shoot well with the gimbal and shoot well, and I have a system in place to where I can get the footage that I need, add voiceovers when I need to, and bang the stuff out efficiently and effectively. But that's the plan for the next couple of months. And my personal training business will be picking up too, so I'm trying to, with people coming back into New York, into the city. So I really have tried to make a lot of use of my time here that I've had off in the last couple weeks. So lots of fun stuff to come. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for more. We're going to get into cool stuff. I'm going to start driving other people's cars, doing reviews. We're going to try a little bit of everything. But ultimately, the plan is to keep things as simple as possible. Simple, less is more, and not overdo it. You know, and be transparent and be real and have fun. See you guys soon. Have a good one.